Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 30. We're playing as King Ludolf the Great of Bavaria and Pomerania, and he's the son of King Otto of Bavaria, formerly Duke of Brunswick, formerly Duke of Saxony. And we've just finished a little war against the tribe of Sorbs here. You see they've been reduced down to this one province right here. That's fine. That's actually good for us. And last episode we outlined our plans to take Bohemia. But before that, we've got a little bit of police action to take part of. So we're just sending our army up to Celli, because as you see here, we have... Hold up a second. We have a righteous imprisonment claim on Count Anselm of Celli, and we're going to arrest him, because he will never like us. And let's see, my liege, may you live in harmony and contentment. I have discovered a plot where Count Peter of Anselm seeks to fabricate a claim of a Duchy of Saxony. We like this guy, he likes us, so we're going to say, hey, stop your shit. Done. And we've just gotten another message from... This guy is constantly selling us marriage requests for our courtiers and daughters and all this sort of weird stuff, and it's just like, no, dude. No. I'm not marrying anybody to you. That would be directly against my interests. Anyway, while our troops head up to Celli, we don't need them there to arrest the guy. But if he decides to, you know, go on a bit of a revolt, it will help out. We could also move our marshal up there to suppress revolts, and it gives us an additional 14% arrest chance. We have a 58% chance already. It's not happening, dude. Stop it. Fucking Carlings. Anyway, before I started recording, I noticed over here that the West Francians have a bit of a revolt. And their revolt is that they are attacking King Charles III of West Francia, that's this dude, for, let's see, what was it? In the Second West Francian Revolt War for Count Aubrey's claim on West Francia. Now, I had to do a little bit of looking around to find out who the hell Count Aubrey is. But I think it might be this guy, because he has a claim on West Francia, and he was the only one of two people that I could find called Aubrey. And see, he only holds counties. While he has the ducal border, that's because he's leading his own little revolt against somebody. Against Duke Wolfgang of Berry, apparently. Now, if we really wanted to, we could offer to join in the war, and they'd let us. And that would probably secure their victory. And the good thing there is that Count Aubrey is a Capet, not a Carling. The problem there is, as it always is, you've got the three other Carling kings who would come into his assistance, but also the King of Asturias, which is this northern Spanish kingdom here, and it's just not great. I mean, obviously the Carlings hate me, and Alfonso de Cantabria here, he sort of likes us both the same, but it's not really worth a long drawn-out war just to take West Francia out, because it might end up with us at war with everybody too, which wouldn't be a good thing. Additionally, Hungary is having issues. See, there's a large Hungarian revolt here, here, and here. The reason for that is because the old king of Hungary has died. Well, there were several kings of Hungary, apparently, that I've missed, but this is the new king of Hungary, and he's Catholic. Hungary predominantly followed the Tengri religion, which is like a steppe nomad sort of thing. Excuse me. So he's got massive problems there. Also, we can't actually declare war on him now. We could offer to join his war, which he wouldn't mind. But no, I don't really care about that. It's good for him to be Catholic, because it means that he won't get dragged into any weird holy wars that we're having. Troubadour and his wife for Troubadourites has arrived from Occitania. Their performances range from vulgar satires to political savants and everything in between, including songs and poems of courtly love. Courtly love, pah, not good, completely negative. I hope they do not dare write any satires about me. We get 5 prestige. I remember those too. They came here last year. The Prince Bishop gets a plus 15. Or we get the charitable trait. Do we already have the charitable trait? We do already have the charitable trait. And this guy... I guess it would pay to have this guy be a little bit more favoured of us. Let's actually have a look. Prince Bishop Caspar. Where is he? Here he is. He likes the Pope considerably more than me. It's not worth the effort. So let's just get a tiny little bit more prestige. And we seem to be getting a lot of money. Not enough to build much of it. Ooh. Yes, we're going to build the keep in Wittelsbach. That'll increase the levy and garrison by 5%. Okay, we'll get into Cheli in a moment. There we are. So now we righteously imprison the Count of Cheli. We could ask him to end the plot and he would, but it doesn't really remove the fact that he hates us. So, arrest him. We arrested him. Great. Now, we could banish him, but that's a tyrannical sort of thing, so everybody would hate us for doing that. We could ransom him to himself for 70 gold, but he will continue to not like us. I'm going to clear my throat, so I'm going to mute the microphone. Oh, that was rough. I'm glad that you guys didn't hear that, hopefully. We could execute him, but again, it's tyrannical, or we could release him and all of our vassals would like us, except him, because we've imprisoned him. And I don't believe we can revoke his title. No, because he didn't rebel. We just imprisoned him. You know, so it's no big deal sort of thing. We'll just keep him in prison for the moment. I think we're fine with our vassal opinions. Yeah, the Count of Nuremberg also doesn't like us, but that's because we got rid of his title. Because he was the Duke. So he's still got a weak claim there that may be inherited, but, you know. We're not too worried about that. So, what can we do now? I believe Poland was our next angle of attack, and we were going to declare for Moravia, which is still Catholic, so we should actually look to try and get all of this before they manage to convert it to Slavic, which shouldn't happen very quickly because, well, Slavic is a pagan religion, and if I can just check this, actually. Where is it? Yeah, the third one from the bottom. They are inferior at conversion and vulnerable to non-pagan missionaries. That's because they're an unreformed pagan religion. So, I mean, we're definitely going to take something from the de jure Kingdom of Bohemia, because that was the entire point. That's part of the Wendish Empire, I think. Yes, it is. What we can also maybe try and do is be a little bit of a dick and come down here and declare on members of the Hungarian Revolt, because they are pagans. And using that, we could get into the de jure Kingdom of Hungary and things like that. We couldn't make too much progress on it, though. It'd be these two provinces, which admittedly are Catholic, and it would be good to have. But then the Hungarian would have a reason to come to war with us, because we're holding de jure territory. So we're going to come back up here and tell our guys to move down to Znojmo, because we're going to move against Poland. Let's see, we could create the Duchy of Mecklenburg. I don't want to create the Duchy of Mecklenburg. And we have a whole bunch of claims that could be pressed. Let's just check out what some of those are. So, the county of Metz, again, we've had this forever because it's one of our own ones. The county of Clèves, which is up here. The county of Ross. Really? We have a claim on this county up here for Adamak-Garak. Okay. The Duchy of Moravia. Really? We have a claim on that? Isn't... Oh yeah, we've got several claims on that, but I think we covered this last time. We don't want any of these guys to own anything because they're not of our dynasty. So it's kind of pointless. I mean, we could, you know, do all that sort of stuff, but it's not really doesn't have much of a point. We have claims on Brno, which is this one here. Same problem. Claims on Olomouc. Where the hell is Olomouc? Oh right, that one there. The Holy War will get us a lot more. The county of Lower Silesia, which is up here somewhere. And the petty kingdom of Gwynedd for Murphan Rodi. Which is... I'm not even going to try. I know I'm going to mess up the pronunciation of her name and her dynasty name. So, you know, if you know how to pronounce it, feel free to leave a comment. I know at least one of you should, but, yeah, I'm just... No. Come on, guys. Expectation and all. Really having an issue with keeping my throat clear. That's what she said. But, yeah, we're just going to send our guys down to Snozmo. Apparently we have somebody trying to murder one of our countesses. The Countess of Oldenburg. This one. Why? She doesn't even hold the title. I don't understand why you're doing it, so I'm going to tell you to stop doing it. And we'll get this guy to stop backing the plot. Right, so these two counties will be our target, Hradak and Olomouc. Olomouc? Yeah, it's an L. Olomouc. And it looks like we've got a call to arms from Leon Macedon, who is our father-in-law. We request you honor your obligation and answer this call to arms against Caliph Zaid. Declining will cost us 25 prestige. That's nothing. If we accept, we'll be part of the Byzantine Holy War for Jazeera. Which is... It's probably one that they've started. Let's just move that to the side and see if we can find where Jazeera is. Ah, right here. So they're attacking... Oh yeah, they're trying to take the entire thing. Even though the Abbasid Caliphate, you know, the Abbasid Emirate... No, not Emirate. Empire is the word I'm looking for. Is quite large. They can't stand up to the Byzantine Empire. I'm going to accept. Apparently that's put us at war with a few people as well. It's not an issue. The Byzantine will win. There is very little preventing the Byzantine from... If you want a really easy game, play as this guy. He starts as the emperor. He starts as an emperor title. He has so many troops. He can raise up a bunch. I think he's got his own holy order, mercenary order as vassals, the Varangian Guard, who are Vikings, that he can call to his aid. And yeah, it's just... He does get a lot of holy wars and jihads against him and all that sort of stuff because he's bordering with the Muslims. But it's easy mode. It's like starting a game as the Holy Roman Empire. What are you going to do from there? Yes, yes, they all accept plots and tell me that they're going to stop plotting, etc., etc. Count Anselm appears to have died in prison, and I don't want to try and plot to get this guy dead, because if he catches us, we take opinion... Oh... We take opinion modifiers of everybody. It seems somebody else was plotting to kill Count Anselm. not... When a ruler first turns up, like they first become a ruler, often they get the easiest send them money and they'll increase their opinion. The easiest one is just 20 gold, but it only increases his opinion by 25. That's not enough to change it. The problem is that he's ambitious and that just doesn't get fixed. We can't even request his excommunication or anything like that. We could try and arrange a marriage, but it wouldn't be matrilineal because he's accountant. They just flat out refuse. So we'll just keep him there until he does something stupid. Technology is coming along nicely. We could get construction now. We're not going to. We're waiting to try and get... I'm not actually sure what we're going for with economy. Another level in town infrastructure we get is universities, but they're really expensive. And we've got to wait a bit before we can get from monastic schools. We could just save up for castle infrastructure and improved keeps. Those are the ones that are really important to us. And we're saving up for mill organization here. And probably noble customs here, or majesty. Okay, we're almost in position to begin our little attack. Let me just check this woman's allies. Yeah, she's got the High Chief of the Kisimans or something, but I'm not terribly concerned about him. He's all the way up here in Finland. Jeez, I'll tell you what, Norway's got a bit of a trouble going on. He's losing both of his wars fairly significantly. Not him, this guy. Yeah, he's losing both of them fairly significantly. I can still ask to ransom his prisoner, but he won't accept it, and I really don't want her. He can keep her. I wonder if Aero shows up those little things when I mouse over tabs by accident. Hopefully not, but if it does, well, you know, whatever. You've discovered my, if it does, then you've discovered my deep dark secret that I lurk on the escapist forums. Oh, he's still trying to marry people off to the Immerdingers. Who knows why? They've got weak claims on Thuringia that they could pass on, but it's not happening. It's just not happening. Okay, so 4th of December is when our army will get to Hradex, so we wait until the 3rd. There we go. Oh, for fuck's sake, are you serious, bro? Just, what, is he going to try and ask me every single time? Poland! I'm declaring war on you for Moravia. We could call in the Byzantine. We're not going to. But what we are going to do is raise our personal troops. I wonder why they're taking attrition. I wonder why they're even there to begin with. Okay, and we're going to have them gather in Nuremberg. No, we can actually have them gather in Znojmo, because these guys are moving out. I was a little worried that if we got into an even matchup, one of our guys might get killed or something like that. And onto that, I just need to take myself out of the army. I'm getting too old for this shit. You can see I've started to go grey. Hopefully we're not too old to father another son, so come on! Didn't hire you for your good looks, didn't really hire in the first place. The High Chief of Turov has joined in, that's alright. Turov is this place up here, I think? Oh no, this guy here. And here. He's a little bit around the place, but he's kind of pointless. And the good news is that because a lot of these lands are Catholic, these ones here, I don't suffer the supply limit issue. If I go up here, I will. Into the actual pagan lands. But I have no plans to do that. We're just going to be taking some nice Catholic places. I don't know what you're doing. It's stupid. This guy, he just keeps on... I just don't understand what he's doing. Decline. There's no way I'll accept. No way. So yeah, you can see here that the no, well, they called this guy end of a war, but don't care. And on another note, we're not going to have all of these armies hanging around. Called in the last guy that she could, and decline. Just hit a wrong button here. Because what we're going to do, these guys can besiege Radek, but I'm going to send this combined army when it gets combined. Pomerania joined in, Torquay joined in, Rana joined in. A lot of places are joining in because, you know, Slavic. It's a holy war thing. But I'm going to join these guys up into their army and have them waltz around trying to beat up other armies that are smaller than them. That way this siege can still progress and we can get a little bit of war score from the battles. And it's about, what, a 4,000 strong army? Typhoid fever has broken out in Gelrea. You can see it here. Not very nice. So, reduced supply limit in the county, as you can see from the -4 on the modifier there. And guys who are nearby have a chance of contracting it. And it can spread to other counties and all that sort of stuff. It's not great. Better than the plague, though. Somebody inherited Rostock, that's cool. The only thing we want to avoid is moving our armies into these Slavic territories. These ones here, so from Upper Cilicia through Opole to Krakow and down to Silesia? And all of that area is fine for us to be in. Everywhere else, we have attrition. Just check our leaders. We could use some of those. The Duke of Saxony, my heir, is a very, very capable commander, but he's also ill, so... He is fucking exceptional. I'm glad he's my heir. Hopefully he doesn't die or something. I will put Andreas in charge of that line. Bruno... We'll actually put Bruno in charge of the centre, because he's an inspiring leader, which lets him be better at leading the centre. And... this dude there, sure, why not? And now we're just sort of checking out, because we still have fog of war in a lot of the territories that we can move into. And I know they're gathering their troops up somewhere. So we just kind of want to see what they're doing with that. And if we can't see them, we'll put these guys in Olomouc to get the siege going there. Apparently we're losing this this holy war down here. It's not a jihad yet. Let's just have a check on it. Oh yeah, see, they've got quite a number of troops. What's happening, Byzantium? Gotta be honest though, it won't affect us, because even though we're a part of a war. The main battle is down here, and... well... to put it simply, if the Muslims get up towards near where we are, they've already occupied pretty much all of the Byzantine Empire and should have won the war by then. I don't lose anything like prestige or something because I'm an ally and not a main participant. Got a tiny fraction here from the new Countess of Rostock. Not particularly keen on giving her any money, but, you know. It's not good for us to have female landholders because of our possessed attribute. They immediately get that minus 35 sort of thing. I wonder, how quickly will this siege be? We're not going to go straight to Olomouc. We're going to besiege this place here just because it looks like a very quick siege. Because there are 390 of them and, you know, enough of me. And hey, a nice little siege is always good fun. Looks like our court chaplain died. Yep, so we need to appoint a new one. Prince Bishop of Osnabrück, he's got 19 learning. He wants to be chaplain, so this will put him up to 20. There he goes. And we want him to do exactly what the old one was doing, which would be proselytizing in Whirl. There we go. And he has a 12.66% chance of converting the county. That's cool. That's alright. Yeah, so they're definitely gathering an army up. I'm a little bit leery of having my two armies this far apart. I think there's a province in between them. But we'll just keep an eye on things. Because we are at war with a fair number of people. It's just, they're all kind of shit kickers. Like, oh, the Chief of Rana has joined in. That's wonderful. He's sent like 26 guys down to help out. And the Chief of Pomerania as well. It's like, you know, really, who cares about your stuff? This siege here is coming in. Oh, this is interesting. To the magnificent King Ludolf, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We propose that Jacobo or Cielo and Wilhelmina Imadinger marry. Of course, for such a noble lady, we also offer a bride price of 305 gold. That's because this is the the Doge of Venice. And they're commoners, basically. They're not really nobles, they're commoners, and this guy is also a commoner. Even though they have a noble house, they're still technically commoners. He's got a nice looking bride. Good on him. Good on him. From the Radocus family. Unfortunately for him, she's also gay, so, you know. Oh, but she's like his second wife. Yeah, he's fine. He's got a lot of sons. So, this guy wants to marry this girl. I'm going to let that happen because if he's paying me that 305 gold, see, the Venetians and other republicans need to pay money to marry noble families. So yeah, we just got a lot of gold. And yeah. A lot of gold. Can we build anything with that? We sure can. We're going to save up a little bit longer so that we can get the keep, or the next level of the keep. It's going to take a while because we're at war, but, you know, that's fine. Yeah, we're really losing that that war down there, but again, I don't care. And technically, the Byzantine won't lose too much out of it. He'll lose some moral authority for orthodoxy and some piety and prestige. He's got tons of that to spare. I don't know how the moral authority of orthodoxy is going. It should be pretty well because they won that. Okay, see, here's what I was afraid of. 7th of May, 11th of May. Yeah, they're going to get down here, but we're going to be able to reinforce somewhat soon. And additionally, we're on hills. We outclass both their commanders in that thing, but they do have a flanking force. Luckily, we are stripping their center column away. And on the 22nd of May, which is in 10 days, you know what? We might not even have to reinforce them. No, we're not going to reinforce them. We're going to send our guys to Olomouc. Which is good. Because there's another... Yeah, okay, now we need to reinforce to stop these guys from moving. Or to reinforce when they reinforce. Yeah, okay, so reinforcing is the wise choice here. And there we go, we've won that battle. 25% war score, 22 prestige, 11 piety, 1 miltech. Wonderful. And we have a righteous imprisonment chance against Walbert Imadinger. Why? Alright, because we got a thing saying that he's trying to kill somebody. I don't think I care, but who's he trying to kill? The Count of Mecklenburg. Who actually likes us a fair amount, so we're going to tell him to knock that off. Stop it. Okay, now we just leave our troops here. We could chase these guys down. Actually, yeah, we're going to chase these guys down with one of our armies. We took a lot of casualties in our retinue, so that's going to eat into our money. But, you know, it's kind of worth it. Get a little bit more war score out of this, hopefully. Yeah, number 3%. A little bit more prestige, a little bit more piety, and we'll chase them down into Boleslav. It is always a good idea to just destroy the enemy when they're retreating and all of that. It's a pain in the ass if it happens to you as a player, but the AI doesn't care. The Prince Bishopric of Aquileia has been given to this guy. It's fine. I don't mind. That's why we have papal investiture, not free investiture. Okay, 7% war score. Still wiped out a few of them. We are going to chase them. Just wipe them all out, why not? These guys have this siege under wraps. In fact, we should see that end fairly shortly. There it is. A little bit of gold, a little bit of piety. And fairly quick siege is coming up on this temple and city here. Yep, wonderful. Now, do I want to kill that army? Yeah. They will probably stop moving. Yep. They totally did. We're still going to move in Opal because it has one, like, it's next to everything where this guy can move. It isn't further south. So let's see how that goes. And just send him south. Get there on the 30th in 20 days. I doubt this guy... No, he can actually move out. Huh. Somewhat surprising. The famous writer wishes to compose our family chronicles. We can give him patronage or ignore him, in which case everybody hates us. We're going to give him patronage. It's a tiny bit of gold, and we could have picked up a pride trait, which is nice. A son was born to Nicephorus of Dachau and Princess Friedricha of Bavaria named Johann. And he is a Lodolfinger because that's a matrilineal marriage. Unfortunately, he's a complete idiot. We can always marry him off to someone. You know, as part of a dynastic sort of thing. Okay, now we're besieging that place. We just took the temple. Is this mountains? No, it's plains. You can see there's a bit of mountain here, but it's not actually influencing what terrain type. Trenson here is mountains, which reduces the supply as well as being a pain in the ass to attack onto. Yeah, look at that. That's 150 dudes there. They're fine. We will wipe the floor with them. She's not going to accept peace yet. In time. In time. See, it's a good thing to liberate Catholic lands or lands of your own religion off of rulers who aren't of that religion. Because then you don't have to worry about converting the counties themselves. Which, hey, that's a good thing, right? Come on. There we go. That siege is complete. So we're going to move into Olomouc, this place, and get it sorted. They appear to be gathering up their forces again, but that's alright because I've gathered up my forces, and my forces are superior. Oh, sweet, we got 50 tech points from Constantinople. Oh, where do we want this? I mean, we can't choose, I'm guessing here, but I've got a good record at this. So I'd like them in military tech. Though that won't open up anything for us to really spend them on. I mean, we could, you know, buy more cavalry sort of thing. But I'd really like them because it puts us close to the military organization. So, military. Nope, looks like we got it in culture. Yeah, I think we're going to invest in majesty. Although, we've got a really high chance of like escalating that. See there, we've got an 18% chance of increasing it per year. So maybe I would save up for legalism? The next rank of legalism helps us out a fair amount. It lets us have one more province in our demands and, well, less short reign penalty, which is always good. But we could also get noble customs. Ah, you know what? We're going to hold on to it. We're going to hold on to it. While we try and besiege down the citadel of Ostrava, which will be followed by the Temple of Olomouc and the city of Yunikov. We really don't have anything to worry about in this war. The only pagan religion I find you actually have to be concerned about is the goddamned Norse, and the Tengri later on because, well, Mongols. But, yeah, the Norse are your real worry when you're declaring holy wars on people. Because if all the Norse come at you, you are straight up boned. Though, England seems to have done very well. Normally they get completely conquered by the Norse, but it seems that they've repelled the particular invasions, so good on them. This means we have to deal with the Norse, and Scotland as well has to deal with them, because Norway is coming down into Scotland from Orkney, which I think was a traditional thing. The Duchess of Tyrol is dead. Duke Karl has taken over. Duke Karl is quite favourable to us. Nice. Nice. Who the hell is Carlotta von Innsbruck? I have no idea. Oh well. But that's okay, because he's content, so, you know, he likes us. Good on him. It's always good to have dukes that like you, particularly in an elective monarchy. Heavy infantry in Knight of Bayern has increased. That's cool. We're still having... Why do we still have a righteous imprisonment chance on Walbur here? I don't understand why he's got these two military things, because he's got such a bad military thing. Like, he's terrible at fighting. Walbert, what are you doing? I don't know, we've probably just got that for a reason. The keep has been built in Wittelsbach, and that has increased the levy size slightly. It's good. And additionally, we could build something else there. We're not going to, because we're saving up for buying a keep in München. Or we might be saving up for our usurpation, our taking of the Kingdom of Bohemia. Though, good, the Duke of Tyrol has made sure that his vote is going towards my preferred heir. Just check that. Only the Duke of Carinthia is saying otherwise, because he's a dickhead. And yeah, these guys are just, you know, doing their thing. It's really irritating that I can't do anything against the Carlings at this stage. But that's why we're expanding east. This war is going terribly for our guy. Donald died. We need a new Chancellor. I forget what he was doing, so that's going to be somewhat of an issue. Lambert, the Count of Göttingen, has 23 diplomacy and wants to be Chancellor. We're going to let him be Chancellor because that will bring that up to 24? Come on, dude. 23 might actually be the max. I don't know. But whatever, we've got a really good Councillor now. Chancellor. Now, we could send him to fabricate claims. We could try and sow dissent. Or we could improve relations. I don't think we need to improve relations with any of our own vassals. No, we're really pretty good on that. Even the guys that hate us are doing fine. That penalty that we had for tyranny must have worn off. Yeah, it looks like it. That's good. Because previously we had a tyranny minus 20 for revoking some dude's title down here. So, Let's see. I'm never sure how this should work, whether between local nobles and their lieges. Normally what I'd do is plant this guy in on this county, which is King Arnulf's main county. I think we're still going to do that because we're not trying to make his dukes hate him or anything. What we're trying to do is get people not to like him enough to the point where they're going to be willing to plot against him. Okay, so the Polish are coming down here to Hradec to try and take it back. I doubt that they'll do a straight out assault. And if they just besiege the place, we should take Ostrava much faster. Let's see, they have a 7.5 every 12 days, we have a 4.6. So they progress, we'll say at twice our speed. I know that's not true, but you know, whatever. We're at 33.4, they're at 100. We'll win. And then we'll send our troops back over. Or, you know, see how the war score is going. No, I don't like the way they keep reinforcing. If they get through the castle, they will straight up assault the temple and city because they have hardly any guys in them. But yeah, it's not too worrying because we still outnumber them by about 2,000 guys. I'm sure we've got superior commanders. And the only concern is that we'd be attacking into hills, which I'm not very keen on doing. But we should win this fairly shortly. Gold's still coming up. It's good that even when we have our levies raised, we're not losing money. Previously we were, and it was kind of a little bit of an annoyance because it meant that war basically had a timer. But now it doesn't. Unless we have to hire mercenaries, which, you know, gonna be honest, we shouldn't have to hire mercenaries. Okay, we've won the castle siege. Now. Oh, come on. Anyway, Princess Berta, our daughter, needs a guardian. We're going to make her a good steward, I think. So, we're going to give her over to, Walram. There we go, victory! Hurrah! Yeah, that's going to be too slow. We're going to lose that castle if we don't attack it back. So, we send our troops over, and hopefully we win this. I mean, we should. We outnumber them. Okay. Outnumbered significantly and outclassed. Outnumbered, but we're actually outclassed there. This guy is pretty cool. And equal numbers, outclassed. So, what'll probably happen here is we'll start losing the center flank, but then our flankers will kick in. In battle we killed this dude, so this flank no longer has a guy in control of it. We're blitzing this flank. These two are actually kind of evenly matched, surprisingly. Now we start having an issue there, but our flankers have just come in, broken them, we've won it. 24% war score. And a bunch of other stuff, of course. And they're heading up to Boleslav. That's if we can't just declare... Nope, losing, but she won't give up yet. That's cool. Apparently we had a little battle there for some reason in which we got 6.3 war score. And now we're just going to go back to Olomouc and complete that those sieges. Oh, but she's lost the war. Now, because we didn't have 100%, we have to wait for her to respond. So that'll just take a bit, like, you know, a couple of days. It's fine. It's no big deal. 7, 6, 5... Oh, she's sending us a peace offer that we're going to ignore, because it's the same offer that we've just sent her, and if we accepted this, then we'd get a message that would just be confusing saying, oh, I reject your offer of peace because she's no longer at war with us. So we just handle that. There we go. Peace be with you, I accept your offer of peace. Of course you do, you really had no choice. Get rid of everybody who isn't a retinue. And we're now well over our defense limit, like normal. So we give the temples and the cities away, or the bishoprics now. And we try and find somebody. We're going to have to find 2 people who are good German Catholics to give Hradec and Olomec to. It doesn't really matter if they're Catholic or not, I mean apart from Catholics being better for us. But we don't want them to be Bohemian, we want them to be German so they have a chance of converting the culture of these provinces. Let's see, do we have anybody in court who is a good German Catholic? Methodios, what are you? You're not German Catholic, are you? No, you see, he calls us a foreigner, so he's not German. We get a lot of women in court. It's not too big of an issue. He's a foreigner. What about Walbert? Walbert! The other guy that I can apparently imprison. Yeah, you know what? You're not the best of guys, but I gotta give him something, right? So we'll give him the county of Hradec. Now, we don't also want to give him the county of Olomouc, because that would give him enough to usurp or form the duchy. And the less dukes we have at this... well, it's not always a bad thing, but I don't know... Okay, Bohemia is apparently using Gavelkind succession. I'm not sure how... that shouldn't change because we take it. I think if we create a kingdom, it gets created with elective at this stage because our main kingdom is elective. I don't want Gavelkind, but I can probably change that at some point, so... You know what, having a duke wouldn't be too bad of a thing. So we're going to give him Olomouc as well. There, done. Sorted. And we could usurp the title, county, of the Duchy of Moravia. It would cost us 115 gold and 50 prestige. We're not going to do that. While we could, we're not going to do it. We're going to wait for our duke, or our count here, to get enough money to do it himself. Because... oh, let's just wait to get a little bit more money so that we don't accidentally turn up in debt. There we go. We're going to build a keep. Now that should dramatically increase the levy that we can get from Munchen. Now we definitely can't usurp the kingdom of Bohemia yet. Oh, because she's apparently at war with somebody? Oh, she's joined into the, to a Lotharingian Alsace war. Somewhere down here. It's fine. Don't care. This fucking asshole. Can't even request his excommunication. Pope must love him. Chancellor's kind of wasted where he is right now. I'm gonna pull him out and tell him to do something else in a moment. When I can. Which is on the 12th of August. So yes, in a moment. Now, by my account, I think I've gone for probably 50 minutes at this stage, so let's just reassign this guy and we'll call that an episode. What to do, though? What to do? You know, let's try and patch up relations with one of the Carlings. I think that would be a good idea. We'll patch up relationships with one of the Carlings so that if we declare a war on somebody, they don't get involved. Particularly because we're probably going to be declaring on the King of Italy down here fairly shortly, because he's got these counties that we want. So, I'm thinking either Lotharingia or West Francia. King of West Francia only has a -8 of us, and the King of Lotharingia has a -28. West Francia it is. However, We could assassinate the king of West Francia. Now, you see, it would be more reasonable for us to send our chancellor there and play nice and all this sort of stuff. But then I look at this part of the screen up here, and I see this house crest. And it offends me so much. So we'll auto invite everybody to that plot. Oh, that's interesting. Join in. Accept the damned offer. Come on, Prince Arid. There we go. That has only given us 80% for some reason, which isn't enough. We'd have to actually pay out to do it. So that plot is not a good idea, because if you just keep a plot there that doesn't have a chance to fire, it still has a chance to... that's concerning. It still has a chance to be discovered. Why are you trying that, Guntram? Whatever. Guntram's a cool kid. He's my nephew. He's alright. If he thinks somebody deserves to die that isn't me, then, you know, go for it. Isn't me or another member of our dynasty, because then he would get the Kinslayer thing, and that would be bad. Alright, let's send our Chancellor into Paris, which is apparently currently under siege. Interesting. Alright, so let's call it there. We've made some progress today. We're tromping through Bohemia to take their shit. And yeah, if we get the money before this guy does, which we might because he'd have such a terrible monthly income due to these places being recently conquered and newly administered, we might form the duchy, give him the duchy, and then take this county as part of it. Because, well, while we could claim Berno, it'd be for these weirdo people who we don't know. So, as usual, if you've got any questions about what I'm doing, what you're doing, all that sort of stuff, feel free to ask them. If you've got comments, love to hear from you. Throw us a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And, yeah. I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later.